The Abubakar Rimo Market, popularly known as Zango Market, was razed down by fire, adjudged to be the worst fire outbreak in the history of market infernos in the country. The Senate, concerned about the perennial occurrence of fire outbreak in recent times in Kano, Sokoto, Birnin Kebbi, Kaduna, Gashua, Ibadan, Wari, Numa, Yola, Jos, Ado Ekiti, Ikom in Cross River, Lagos, and gas explosion in Port Harcourt and Nuhu in Anambra State. Note that from November 2015 to January 2016, 11 boarding secondary schools in Kano were affected by incidents of infernos causing the death of several students. Observe that Kumi Market, an intercontinental trade hub between northern Nigeria and the Middle East, that has been in existence since 15th century, was gutted by fire on the 10th of February. Similarly, on the 18th of the same month, the Zango market was also razed down. Furthermore, the furniture section of the Sadau market was also devastated by fire on the 3rd of December. And on Saturday, the 26th of March, the same market recorded one of the worst infernos in the history of fire outbreaks in the country. So also, barely 6 days later, the furniture section of the Gwaza market was gutted by fire on the 31st of March. Note that 15 persons sustained various degrees of injury during the Savangari fire incidents on 26 March that destroyed at least 3,800 shops that constitute about 90% of the market, and properties worth billions of naira were lost in the Saturday inferno. Acknowledge and appreciate the Senate and its leadership for sending a delegation under the leadership of Senator Balana Allah, the deputy leader of the Senate, to visit Kano and commiserate with the victims of the GSM market bomb blast that occurred on Wednesday, 18th November 2015, and even donated handsomely to the victims. Concerned that no one seems to know what causes these incessant fire incidences that have become perennial occurrence in our markets across the country. Worried that at the rate at which fire outbreaks occur, it is becoming troublesome and calls to question the effectiveness of our federal and state fire service and other emergency response management agencies tasked with the mandate of urgently addressing the trend of infernos, among other expectations. Convinced that sensitizing and effective implementation of simple but important tips of National Fire Safety Code could save lives and property during such emergencies. Accordingly, the Senate is invited to resolve as follows. 1. Call on the federal government to constitute a special task force that will be saddled with the responsibility of investigating the incessant fire outbreak in public places. Call on National Emergency Management Agency in collaboration with the National Orientation Agency to embark on a national campaign on need for public to strictly adhere to National Fire Safety Code in order to prevent the perennial occurrence of fire outbreaks. 3. Urge 3 tiers of government, federal, state, and local government councils to provide their fire service departments with requisite state-of-the-art fighting equipment, introduce routine training and motivation strategies of the fire service staff so that they can respond more efficiently during fire outbreaks. Furthermore, the traders and government should look into the possibility of introducing an insurance coverage scheme for the markets and traders. 5. The federal government and other regulatory agencies should evolve and enforce modern means of preventing and combating fire disasters by ensuring that all markets in the country are built with plans to prevent outbreak of fire incidents and properly equipped with modern fighting equipment to ensure that our people are not subjected to this kind of distressing loss. 6. Ask the federal government and other corporate bodies to come to the aid of the Savangari market traders by providing them with special grants to continue sustaining a livelihood as well as contributing to the nation's gross domestic product. Finally, 7, Mr. President, invite the Senate to constitute a committee that will visit Kano to commiserate with the traders of the Savangari, Kurmi and Singa markets and the government and people of Kano State, and also include all other states that were being mentioned earlier on. Mr. President, let me thank Senator Umaru Ibrahim Kurfi and all other co-sponsors of this